Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Have you ever felt like you're just hitting a brick wall, an invisible ceiling in your career, your relationships, or maybe just your overall personal growth? Well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating neuroscience behind exactly why we stay stuck. And more importantly, we're going to look at how the source material says we can literally rewrite our brand's hidden software to finally break free. Let's get right into it.
Take a look at this. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe. Wow, that just kind of flips everything upside down, doesn't it? We spend our entire lives chasing happiness, just assuming our brain is right there on board with the mission. But actually, it acts way more like an overprotective bodyguard. It actively resists your personal growth, because growth means stepping into the unknown. And to your brain, the unknown doesn't mean excitement, it means danger.
So that brings us to part one, why we stay stuck. Look, if you've ever beaten yourself up for falling right back into old bad habits, I need you to let yourself off the hook right now. Seriously, it's not a lack of willpower. It is just biology working exactly the way it was designed to. So ask yourself honestly, why do you keep repeating the exact same mistakes? Maybe you consistently date emotionally unavailable people, or you're stuck at a specific income level no matter how hard you hustle. You might be sitting there thinking it's just bad luck, but you know what? Neuroscience tells a completely different story. And that story comes down to predictive processing. Think of your brain as a hyper-efficient prediction machine. It's constantly trying to interpret what might happen right now or in the future based strictly on what's already happened to you in the past. It literally recreates familiar events in your life just because the familiar feels safe, even if those familiar events are actively holding you back, even if they're making you completely miserable or keeping your bank account empty. It sounds crazy, but your brain would actually prefer a miserable known over a potentially joyful unknown. Let's look at the real-world cost of that safety mechanism. Say you decide, that's it, I'm quitting my 9-to-5 to build my dream business. Consciously, you're super pumped, but internally, your brain slams on the emergency alarm. It goes into full-blown panic mode. You know that literal physical heaviness right in the middle of your chest? Or when you lie awake at 3 a.m. ruminating on literally every single thing that could possibly go wrong? Yeah, that's just your brain throwing a massive tantrum because you are leaving familiar territory. So the trick here isn't to retreat. It's to regulate your nervous system. You have to use practices like breathwork or meditation to basically show your body that it is safe to grow.
Which leads us perfectly into part two, your brain's protective systems. Deep inside your head is this neurological vault, and it's where your entire identity is locked away, which is exactly why lasting change feels so incredibly impossible. Enter the default mode network, or the DMN. This network is essentially the ultimate bodyguard for whatever the current version of yourself is. It hoards all your stories and beliefs. Every single time you catch yourself saying, I'm just too shy for social media, or I'm a lazy person, or I never finish what I start, those statements live right here in the DMN. And it plays them on a continuous, invisible loop, reinforcing your behaviors so you stay completely consistent with the identity it already knows.
Let's unpack this further in part 3, the subconscious override. Okay, so if our brain is fighting tooth and nail to keep us exactly the same, what happens when we decide we want something new? Well, it creates a pretty massive internal tug-of-war. On one side, you have your conscious mind. It wants the amazing things, the dream car, the new career, the six-pack abs. But beneath the surface, your subconscious mind is hoarding these deep, dark beliefs like, I am unlovable, or I am always broke. And here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. Your subconscious beliefs will always override your conscious desires. This explains perfectly why we self-sabotage so often. You can force yourself to go on dates or hit the gym for a week, sure. But if your subconscious fundamentally believes you're unlovable or unhealthy, it's going to pull the emergency brake and snap you right back to your old identity.
But wait, here's where we finally gain the upper hand. And it's through this absolutely incredible discovery. Your brain actually cannot tell the difference between an experience that is happening to you in the real 3D world and an experience that you vividly imagine in your mind. Because of this blurred line, you can literally implant new memories of success before they even happen. Through deep meditation and visualization, you can convince your subconscious that you are already successful. It's the exact same neurohack somebody might use to nail a major TEDx talk without any prior stage experience. They completely visualize the stage, the audience, the lights, and they condition their brain to accept it as reality long before they ever hold a microphone.
All right, part 4, how focus creates reality.
Once you start mastering your internal world, it completely transforms your external environment. Enter the reticular activating system, or RAS. Think of it as the bouncer standing guard at the door of your perception. Right now, literally in this exact second, you are being bombarded by about 11 million pieces of stimuli. 11 million. But your RAS, it only lets about 40 to 50 bits of information through to your conscious awareness. And how does it decide who gets into the club? Based strictly on what you focus on. If you're constantly obsessing over lack, rising gas prices, or a $0 bank balance, your RAS will literally blind you to abundance. You won't even see the opportunities when they are sitting right in front of your face.
To put that into perspective, this is why two different people can look at the exact same room or the exact same business opportunity and experience two completely different realities. A person with a scarcity RAS filter, they look at it and see only the fear, the risk of losing money, and people they can't trust. But someone with an abundance RAS filter, they look at that exact same situation and see immense wealth, a quick path to an extra 10 grand, and a direct ticket out of their day job. It's not magic, guys. It is pure, hardwired, neurological filtering.
This extreme filtering means that true happiness is dictated solely by the meaning you assign to events, not the events themselves. Take some really common setbacks: losing your job, finding out a partner cheated, gaining 10 pounds, or getting really low views on a creative project you poured your heart into. Do you use those events as concrete proof that you're a total failure? Or do you protect your peace, refuse to place a negative label on yourself, and just view the events objectively? Because your perspective today directly dictates the reality your brain is going to build for you tomorrow.
So let's bring it all together. Part 5, the reprogramming practice.
You're probably wondering, how do we actually apply all this theory? Well, the source material introduces this highly specific, totally actionable strategy. It's called the Writing Therapy protocol, and it is wonderfully simple but incredibly powerful for bypassing that stubborn conscious mind. Here's how it works. Step 1, get yourself a dedicated physical notebook and a pen. Step 2, write out your chosen affirmation every single morning and every single night for a minimum of 10 minutes. And step 3, commit to this process for exactly 30 days. No skipping. By combining the physical act of writing with that constant repetition, you begin to basically rewrite the code in your default mode network, and you feed your reticular activating system brand new instructions. And the results of sticking to this 30-day commitment? They are huge. The source notes that by actively aligning your subconscious mind, you can achieve 4 ultimate values. We're talking a healthy heart, a healthy mind, physical health, and financial health, the whole shebang. So the absolutely crucial point here is that this isn't just about feeling, a little more positive. It's about systematically removing the exact neurological roadblocks that have been keeping you stuck so that abundance can finally flow into every single facet of your life. The protocol actually recommends one specific, incredibly profound affirmation to get you started. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Knowing that your brain is basically a programmable machine, and knowing that your current reality is really just a reflection of your past thoughts. The question is, what new identity are you going to choose to write into existence starting today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Go grab that notebook and go reprogram your reality.